Dear students, now I am going to teach about internal structure of dicot and monocot stems. First, dicot stem. Example, sunflower. It is a ground plan of TS of dicot stem. It reveals epidermis, cortex and vascular bundle from the periphery to middle. Okay, first epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer and it is made up of single layer of parenchyma cells. It looks like our skin and it is protective in nature. The outer surface of epidermis is covered with cuticle. Cuticle checks transpiration. The epidermis is the outermost layer and it is made up of single layer of parenchyma and it is involved in protection of inner tissues like cortex and stele. Next, cortex. The cortex of dicot stem is divided into three regions: hypodermis, middle cortex and inner cortex. First, hypodermis. It is 3 to 6 layered, made up of collenchyma cells. It offers mechanical support to the stem. Next, middle cortex. Few layers of collenchyma forms the middle cortex. It is involved in photosynthesis. Third, inner cortex. A few layers of parenchyma forms the inner cortex of stem. It is involved in storage and gaseous exchange. For better understanding, let us watch the diagram. Below the epidermis, three different tissues form the cortex. So here the cortex is differentiated into collenchyma, chlorenchyma and parenchyma. First, below the epidermis, a few layers of collenchyma forms the hypodermis. Students, what is meant by hypodermis? Hypodermis is nothing but a few layers of collenchyma are found below the epidermis. Okay, it offers the mechanical support to the stem. Next, below the hypodermis, 2 or 3 layers of chlorenchyma is seen. It is involved in photosynthesis because it contains chloroplast. There are some resin ducts also seen in the chlorenchyma layers. Then the inner cortex is made up of parenchyma cells, a few layers of parenchyma which are loosely arranged in a manner. It is involved in gaseous exchange and storage of food materials. Is it clear now? Next, endodermis. Endodermis is the innermost layer of cortex. Single layer of barrel-shaped cells forms the endodermis. It contains abundant starch grains, so it is otherwise called as starch sheath. So endodermis is a single layer of parenchyma which contains starch grains. So it is called starch sheath. Next, stele. The central part of stem inner to the endodermis is called stele. It consists of pericycle, vascular bundle and pith. First, pericycle. It is found between vascular bundle and endodermis of stem. It is multi-layered. Parenchyma alternates with the sclerenchyma patches. It is different from the pericycle of root. See, the many layered parenchyma and between sclerenchyma patches forms the pericycle of stem. Is it clear? Next, vascular bundle. In dicot stem, the vascular bundles are conjoined, collateral and open. Here, the xylem is end-arc in nature. The vascular bundles arranged in a ring around pith. Next, pith. The large central parenchymatous zone with intercellular spaces are called pith. It helps in storage of food materials. The vascular bundles are arranged in a ring around the pith. This arrangement is called eustele. Here, the cambium is found between xylem and phloem. This type of vascular bundles are called open vascular bundles. In dicot stem, xylem and phloem are arranged in the same radius. So, such vascular bundles are called conjoined vascular bundles. Here, the xylem towards the inner and phloem towards the periphery, which is called collateral vascular bundles. In dicot stem, the xylem is end-arc in nature because the protoxylem towards the center and the metaxylem towards the periphery. This kind of arrangement is called end-arc. The pith is the centralmost zone which is made up of parenchyma cells which are involved in storage of food materials. That's all about the internal features of dicot stem.